Okay, let's get started for our weekly tarot card reading for all the zodiac signs. And this week I am using the Hush Tarot. So let's get started with Aries. What do we have going on for you, Aries, for this week? Okay, Aries, I feel like this week is going to be, in a way, a conundrum for you. That's the word that's coming up for me. But I feel like there's something that you're going to say in the heat of the moment or spontaneously. I feel like, you know, when you say you put your foot in your mouth, like you're going to be in a conversation with someone. It might be heated, or there might be something that you have to get across, and someone's going to get hurt. And I feel like it's you that says something that could possibly hurt someone else, and you don't mean to do it. I feel like it's almost a trigger point for you. I feel like there's going to be something that's going to be said that you wish you didn't say it. But there is some truth to it, and I feel like because it needs to get out, it's going to come out in that type of way. I feel like there's part of you that doesn't want someone to know something or know what you're trying to say. There's some part of you that feels inauthentic about how you are communicating with this particular person. There's something maybe on your mind and you don't know how to say it. And instead of just saying it authentically and in a way that you can sit down and talk to this person, it's going to come out in a way that almost makes it harder for you. And I feel like that's a lesson for you if this does apply to you, Aries. Remember, this is a general reading, but if it does apply to you, the reason that it's coming out the way it's coming out is because you need to understand the difference of communication, whether you have to say something and be honest about it and put it in a setting where you're actually just face to face and say, you know, I've been meaning to talk to you about this. But instead, you're keeping up a front for some reason, and it'll just happen spontaneously in the moment, and the truth will come out in some way, and someone may get hurt. So just pay attention to anything that you're feeling inside when you're talking to another person. Now, this could be a relationship, it could be a colleague in work. There's no direct thing I'm feeling. I feel like it's one other person, but I don't know how that would apply to you in your life, being that this is a general reading and there's nothing specific that's drawing me to a relationship or a work relationship or etc. So just if this does apply to you or if this may come up for you, just pay attention as you're, you know, working with someone, or if you're in a relationship and the things that you're thinking about but you don't want your partner to know necessarily, or you just don't want to tell them the truth, because sometimes the truth isn't pretty, or it doesn't, you know, it could hurt someone's feelings. So just, you know, pay attention to the trigger points or something that may spontaneously come out. So just pay attention to how you feel, and, you know, you may be able to do it in the authentic way. Okay, now we're moving on to Taurus. What do we have going on for you, Taurus, this week? Okay, Taurus, this week I feel like there could be an opportunity on the horizon for you, but this opportunity is going to come with a lot of responsibilities. It could be something that you could have more salary, higher salary. It could be something that in an industry that you really like, but there's something about it that is making you take a step backwards in a way where you're not really charging forward to get this opportunity like you may normally do, because there's an instinct that's coming up for you as far as what this is going to entail. You know that saying when they say the grass is not always greener on the other side? Well, there's something in your gut that's telling you that this opportunity on the surface looks great. There is something about it that is almost magical. It's almost like it's too good to be true. And there's something instinctual about you that's saying, yeah, but I know if I say yes to this, It is going to be late nights. It is going to be a lot of responsibility. Maybe you have to manage people. Maybe there's something about this opportunity that just, it weighs on you as if this isn't really what I want, even though the end result looks great, but in my heart, I know that this isn't what I want to do. And I feel like this week could be a struggle with those feelings within you, Taurus, about how you should move forward, or if you should just not even worry about this opportunity and stay where you are. Or look for a different type of opportunity maybe that doesn't have some of those key elements that may give you some pause of hesitation. So if this does apply to you, I feel like this is definitely in a work-related scenario. It could also be some sort of opportunity within the community, because it could have community ties to it. So there may be something that you may want to run for in the community if it is something that's visible within your community. But again, you know that it's going to be late nights, a lot of work, and you're just not willing to do that right now. So pay attention to that comes up. I feel like you know the answer to it in your heart. So just give a pause and think about, the end result is wonderful. It may be more money, like I said, more benefits, whatever the case may be. It could be a prestigious position for you, but you really have to know the commitment that you're willing to give to that position. Okay, now we are moving on to Gemini. What do we have going on for you, Gemini, this week? Okay, Gemini, I feel like if there are any of you out there who are looking to start a relationship or meet someone, this could be an opportunity for you. I feel like there is an opportunity that could present itself to you, but I feel like for you, there's something of a stumbling block within how you feel that you want to start this. You may just not have the energy to take on this new relationship or even have the desire. I feel like there's something that's holding you back about moving forward in trying to have a relationship. You may just not want to be out there right now, or you're just not in the mood for, getting to know someone and, starting that whole thing about, the conversations that have to take place, and there's something I'm feeling that you're holding back with as far as that, even though you love to communicate. In this particular situation, there's something that's making you not so sure that you want to even go down that road. That is specific if you are looking for a relationship or thought you were looking for a relationship, but you don't want to make the effort to actually get out there and start communicating. Maybe you don't want to do the online thing, or you just don't want to go out at night or go out places to meet people. So that's for that particular thing. But I'm also feeling for you, there's something around your communication. I feel like if any of you Geminis out there are writers, I feel like this could be a time of writer's block where you usually have a lot to say, or you have a lot to communicate, or there's something this week that you're stuck with. You can't get from here to there, and it's just not like you. I feel like it's sort of one of those weeks where you're not feeling like yourself. That's what I'm picking up here. You're not feeling like yourself, and you're not sure why. And it's just one of those weeks. I feel like it's nothing that's major. I just feel like if this does come up for you, maybe it's a time to go inward and not be externally communicating. I think maybe taking a step back and just releasing that part of you for a little while might be good for you in a way that will help you internalize a lot of things that can help you grow to the next level in your communication. There may be an occasion that comes up where you're just stumbling on your words and it's not like you. There could be a situation that normally you know the right thing to say at the right time. Some of you may have comedic inclinations. You may always be the one to say something witty and funny or whatever it is, and this week you're just like, I just don't know what to say. I'm feeling this inward momentum for you, Gemini, versus being external in your communication. So don't worry, it's not like a big thing if this does apply to you. It is just a temporary thing to help you just reset. It's like a reset week for you, dear Gemini. Okay, now we're moving on to Cancer. What do we have going on for you, Cancer, for this week? Okay, Cancer, this week I feel like you are internalizing, or you will be internalizing, a message that you hear from someone. I feel like a comment might be made to you, something may be said, and you're realizing that something has come full circle for you. It may take you back to something that happened years ago, months ago, weeks ago, and now you're understanding it much better, but it's something that is going on within you. It's not an external thing. It's not something that I can tell you an activity is going to happen. This is all within yourself, and you're understanding something on a bigger level or a larger level. So if something has happened in the past and now you're hearing something, somebody might say something to you, you might read something, and it all clicks for you. It's one of those things where it's internal. There's nothing that you're gonna necessarily say to somebody else. It's just you're figuring things out this week, and you're understanding what has happened in the past and why, and now you're understanding the pattern that's happening. So if you are caught up in some sort of pattern, this week is the week that could trigger you to understand what that pattern represents, and you're going to learn something about yourself. You're going to learn something about another person. You may see the bigger picture in it all, but it's not something that you want to share. It's not like you want to have a conversation with somebody and work it out, or whatever is your specific situation. Again, this is a general reading. I'm just giving you the energy that I feel for this week. This is more internal. This is something where you're taking it in and understanding on a greater level of what is happening or what has happened. So hopefully that makes sense for you, dear Cancer. Okay, now we're moving on to Leo. What do we have going on for you, Leo, this week? Okay, Leo, there's something that you're stuck with. If some of you out there might have ended a relationship recently and you don't know what to do, you're still stuck in it. So this again is pretty specific, so this wouldn't apply to all Leos. But right now, when I put the cards down, I got a specific message. I feel there has possibly been some sort of a breakup, and you're trying to figure out why. And it's almost like it's haunting you. You just can't move forward. You're just stuck in this place where all you can remember are the good memories, and you can't understand what happened. Like, what happened? What did I do? And you're in that place right now where, I don't want to say crippling you, but it is in a way, because it's like you're stuck in this ice block is how I see it, where you got to wait for the ice to melt, and it's just going to take some time. That's how I'm feeling it. It's like once the ice melts, you're going to be free, but it's got to go through its process of heating up to the room temperature and melting. So it's that type of thing where you may be in the shock of it still, and you're just like, what is happening? What just happened? We were perfect together. It's that type of energy I'm feeling, Leo. Again, this is a sort of specific, so it's not going to apply to everyone. Remember, this is a general reading. If I were to get real general on this energy, I would say to you that you have to realize in life whatever is happening in part of a relationship. It could even be a job that all of a sudden you're let go and you have no idea why, and you can't understand why it's over. You thought in your mind you were doing a good job, but to the other person, it wasn't on their radar. It wasn't something that matched what they wanted from an employee, etc. So what you have to realize in this whole situation, if this does apply to you, where you're just stuck, you can't move on, something has left you, something is finished, it is no longer, and you're trying to move on, but you're actually not trying to move on, I should say, because I'm feeling this crippling thing with you where you're just stuck right now, and you're replaying and replaying and replaying whatever that relationship was to you, whether it was a personal relationship, a work relationship. It is involving a relationship. You're playing it over and over. The good things. You're just like, what is happening? It's that I can't believe that this is just happening to me. But what you have to realize is, in a relationship, in any relationship, whether it is a personal relationship or a work relationship, there is another point of view in that relationship. And whether the person is growing in a different direction, has other objectives, as if in a job, like a company may have another objective and decide that that department is not needed for them anymore and they want to outsource, etc. It is not specifically because of who you are or what you represent, but it's their goals aren't tied to yours anymore. Same thing in a personal relationship. Someone may be on a different journey, and they say things about relationships. You know what they say in a relationship. It could be a reason, a season, or a lifetime. So you're brought together with another person for either a reason, season, or a lifetime. It is about reflecting and who you are at that moment with this other person. And it doesn't always mean it's going to last forever. You may grow, they may grow. Their purpose may be finished with you. Your purpose may be finished with you. They may have taught you something, you may have taught them something. You have to look at it like that it's not a forever thing. So again, I don't want to prolong this because this is a general reading and it's not going to apply to everyone, but it is the message that I am feeling for this week for you, Leo. So if this does apply to you, it will get easier and it will get better. But like I said, the ice has to melt before you can be free. So it's just going to take some time. And I'm not saying you need to look at anything that went wrong, but just know that you will move on and things will evolve. And you will see it in hindsight, but you can't see it right now. Okay, now we're moving on to Virgo. What do we have going on for you, Virgo, for this week? Okay, Virgo, for some of you, I feel like this could be a some of you reading. It is a little bit specific, but for some of you, there's something that you want, but there's something underlying within you that says, I don't deserve it. And there's something that maybe even could be a fear of getting what you want. But I feel like it's almost like a psychological thing where you can't understand why you can't get this. You could be wanting to travel too. It's not working out for you. You want a better pasture. You want something in your life that is missing right now, and you don't know why you can't get it. It's one of those things where you may be telling yourself that there's no way that you could do this, or there's no way you can get this, and you're down about it. There could be something that makes you down about it. But what you have to understand here, the message here is saying that underneath all that, whatever the story you're telling about why you can't achieve something or why you can't have something or maybe why you can't afford something, is because underlying that is an issue with self-worth, of deserving it. And if you don't feel inside that you deserve something, the external world will show you that you don't deserve it because you're telling yourself that. If you follow me at all or have, I do talk about law of attraction, which I believe ultimately, I've lived it, it is amazing, but you are basically telling yourself anything that the stories you tell yourself, the feelings that you have inside are going to be reflected in the outside world. So if there is something that you can't obtain, it could even just be to purchase something and you think, I'll never have enough money for this and I really want it really bad. And why? You really have to look inside and understand that there could be something underlying going on that you're not feeling deserving of it. And then that is going to be the root of why you can't. When you look at other people and you say, well, why are they succeeding? Or why are they getting this? And I'm not getting this, and why is that? And you're looking a lot on the external and comparing others. And that's when you have to pull it in, Virgo. You have to pull it in and say, I deserve that too. But when you feel like you deserve it, you're going to move in that direction where you're going to take more effort in the things that will help bring you that, whatever it is that you're looking to accomplish, you're looking to have, you're looking to do. As in travel, like I mentioned. But there is a place that you want to get to on the other side, like wherever you are in your life. And again, this could be specific, so it is a general reading, dear Virgo, but there is a place right now where you're still looking on the other side of the fence, saying, I want to be over there. How do I get there? And your journey is to start within you. How do I feel like I deserve to be over there? Like it's not something foreign to me. I deserve it. I am worthy of it. What do I need to do to tell myself that? And then when you start developing that confidence, that foundation, external things will start to show you the path on how to get there. It's not going to happen overnight, obviously, but the path will appear itself, and you'll start moving in that direction. So hopefully that wasn't too broad for you, but that's how I need to communicate it to you this week, dear Virgo. Okay, now we're moving on to Libra. What do we have going on for you, Libra, for this week? Okay, Libra, this week I feel like there's something going on in work for you. I feel like it could be a little bit of a stressful week this week. I feel like for some of you, your supervisor, if you're in a working situation, your boss, your supervisor, whoever you report to, is could be coming down hard on you this week. I feel like there could be difference of opinions too. You think you know what you need to do, and then they feel like they know what they need to do, and there may be a difference of opinion this week. I feel like it has to do with work or whatever profession you're in, or something related to your career or your ambition or how you are seen in the world. It could be with your father as well, but there's definitely difference of opinions here going on. And you could get some information that surprises you. It may be something unexpected that you don't realize. And maybe it's something that you've said, maybe you overstepped, because that could be the case here as well. You could have overstepped in what it is that you are saying, and you might get people upset. You know, it could be particularly your boss could be upset. And I'm not sure that you mean it, but you know, I think maybe whatever you said came across like you were too big for your britches, or maybe it was an insubordination type of comment, you know, so it's one of those type of things. But I feel like for you, just kind of listen versus be out there saying your opinion. Just kind of take it all in. That would be the advice from the cards, is take it all in and watch what's unfolding, but not necessarily get in the mix, you know, with your opinions or whatever you have to say. Maybe you're sticking up for somebody that's a colleague or something of that nature, where you feel like you have to take the responsibility to say something, and it's not going to go over well with your boss if they're trying to reprimand someone else. So it doesn't necessarily have to be you itself, but there is something going on around in a work situation. That's what I'm feeling this week for you, dear Libra. So just internalize, watch it happen and unfold, but you know, hesitate to jump in there. Okay, now we're moving on to Scorpio. What do we have going on for you, Scorpio, this week? Okay, Scorpio, I feel like your words are going to be well received this week. Opposite of what I felt for Libra, so interesting. I feel like for you, you are very comfortable this week in your communication. Whatever you have to say is going to be well received by the other person. I feel like it's almost like you'll be saying more loving words. In a relationship even, maybe you or your partner may be saying wonderful things to you. You may be saying wonderful things to them. It could be around your home base, because I am feeling that this week for you, that it could be around relationships, someone that you're living with, or a partner, maybe even a family member, because this can indicate family. And it's just an easy week for you in communication. There's not necessarily anything that you would say that would upset people, etc. I do have to say here that just came through for me. Some of you may hear from someone who actually is interested in you. For some reason, maybe you met them and they're reaching out to you now, and they want to tell you that you made an impression on them, or maybe somebody would like to take you out. So if you are looking for a relationship, somebody could be coming to you with a proposal. Now, it could even be, because I said the word proposal, it could even be a marriage proposal. But it is somebody coming to you with words of endearment towards you. It could be a family member. It could be just that you're just feeling really grounded this week, and your communication is showing that, and people are drawn to you this week because you are being grounded, and they sense that, and they want to be close to you. Again, if it is a love relationship, they see something in you that is drawing them towards you, and they may not even understand it themselves, but there is an attraction there. So all in all, it's a great week for you, Scorpio. So enjoy it and enjoy feeling that groundedness that will come up for you. Okay, now we're moving on to Sagittarius. What do we have going on for you, Sagittarius? Okay, Sagittarius, it's decision time for you. I feel like you're looking at your life and you're deciding, okay, what do I do? What do I keep? What do I discard? It could even be as simple as you cleaning your house, and what are you doing? So it's funny, this energy could be as little as that, or it can be on a bigger level where, what am I gonna do with my life? What it belongs in my life and what doesn't belong. What about my job? What about my relationships? All of those big things that are higher level for you. You're really discerning what is important to you and what isn't in your life at this moment. So again, it could be on a higher level like that, where you're really looking at your life as a whole and what is important and what is not. Or it could be just, what do I keep? What do I throw away? I need to clean out my closets. I need to clean out my house. I need to organize and get structured. So it could be that. But it is all, I feel, within you. I don't feel like you're talking about this to people. I don't feel like you're going through, talking about what it is that you want, what it is that you don't want. You're doing this internally. You're looking at your life as a whole and the path that you're wanting to take and what it means to you. It's a very philosophical week for you as well, where you need to look at your life and how it plays. Okay, now we're moving on to Capricorn. What do we have going on for you, Capricorn, this week? Okay, Capricorn, for some of you, this came up for me right as I put the cards down. So again, this is pretty specific. It's not going to apply to everyone here, but for some of you who are in a relationship, I feel like this may be a long-term relationship. It's definitely not a new relationship, but there's something about you and your partner. I see it as like you're just not communicating. You're just not connected right now. I feel like this is bothering you because you don't know what has gone wrong. You're just at a loss for this relationship. And I feel like you've been trying everything in your power to connect the both of you, but there is something, it's almost like an invisible wall, I feel, between you. That there's something, it's almost like you're staying together, but you're living apart. You're doing something apart. I feel it strongly here. So maybe this is a specific message for only a few people or one person. I don't even know, but I'm feeling this energy. It's like a wall between you. And everything in your power you have tried to connect with your partner, but they're not in it anymore. And you're trying to figure out why, what is it? Like you can't see it. And your partner may not want to even tell you. Maybe there is another love interest that they possibly have, but they don't feel like they can leave you for some reason, or they have their heart belongs to someone else, even though they may not even be in a relationship with someone else. I feel that there's something that they're looking to that is not within the relationship. And you're just frustrated why this is happening and how can I make it happen? How can I connect us? But you don't know how to get there. And I feel like you've tried everything and you're trying everything. And I feel like the more that you're trying, it could possibly mean the more that you're pushing them away. But there is definitely something that has to come out between the two of you, and I don't feel like that conversation has happened yet. I feel like it could be trouble if it happens, and I feel like both of you almost know that. And so in order to keep the peace, you're both just doing your own thing and you're just kind of going through life. But you know in your heart this is no way to live. So again, very, very specific. So again, this is a general reading, and when I do get specific things, it just may be a message that someone needs to hear. I see it very clearly, and I don't have an answer if this does apply to you, but it's to confirm how you're feeling and to let you know that there has to be something that has to be said, but I'm not sure that it will happen right now. It's just almost like frustrating for you. If you are in this position, I feel frustrated, and the energy that's coming up for me, it's just sad, you know, because you're just not sure. There's so much that you have. But as I said before, you know, relationships it's a season, a reason, or a lifetime. But there's something that's keeping you together as maybe in the community, maybe you're tied to the community, maybe you have children, and it's just not the right time. But it's hard for you. If this does apply to you, it's definitely difficult. And there's a lot of frustration I'm feeling from you, too. Like, you can usually succeed at anything, Capricorn, and in this case, you're not succeeding, and it's frustrating you and making you sad at the same point. So hang in there. Just hang in there. Okay, now we're moving on to Aquarius. What do we have going on for you, Aquarius? Okay, Aquarius, I feel like this is about a cycle for you. It might be a 7-year, 7-month. There's some cycle that's reliving itself for you. It's definitely tied to the number 7, if that means anything to you. But I feel like something may be happening in your life that is repeating itself again, and you see it. And it's all about patterns. And this came up for another sign, and as I'm in the moment, I can't remember what sign, but maybe take a look at the other signs. But I did feel that for another sign. I remember it was about cycles and patterns. I feel like this is happening for you, though. There is a pattern. Maybe someone has come into your life that there's complications with this person, whether they don't have your best interest or they're the type of personality, because I'm feeling like it's a type of personality that's showing up in your life again. And you might have felt like you got rid of associating with that type of person, and here they are showing up again, and you can't figure out why. But I feel like you're starting to understand that there is a cycle to this all. Like, oh, okay. And you're going back to your life's journey, and seeing that, oh, this is where I was then and how I moved through it, and now here it is again. So it could be just another test to make sure that you are truly finished with dealing with that type of person. Or there may be something that you didn't learn in the last cycle that you have to relive in order to get through again. So hopefully that makes sense for you, but it is someone definitely coming into your life that, once again, here we go again. So it could be relationship, even could be friendship, work relationship. It is a person, so however that applies to you. And remember, again, this is a general reading. But look back, and maybe the reason I'm saying 7 years, 7 months, there could be some connection there. So take a look at your life if this does apply to you and see what happened then, and maybe things will click a little bit for you, dear Aquarius. Okay, Pisces, this week for you could be an emotional week. Something may come up for you that may trigger you, and you want to react, but you don't know how. I feel like it's something deep that's going on within you, and it's all about trying to understand your reaction to life in the outside world and how it affects you inside. So here it looks like you need to take this deep breath and really tap into what the greater meaning of it all is. So if something triggers you in your day-to-day world, and it may be strong, and it'll trigger you in an emotional sense, whether you're angry, sad, scared, afraid, lonely, whatever triggers you, that feeling is where you have to really rise above it and look to see, what does this all mean, and why is this so important, and what is actually happening within me? Why am I being triggered? And don't react. It's saying here not to react, but to take a step up and outside of the situation before you react in any emotional way that you're prone to. Now, for any sign that's going to have the ability to do that, that would be you, Pisces. So hang on to what you know inside, because I feel like you're going to see it at a greater level if you just stop right as you're feeling that emotion. Be conscientious of your emotions going through this week and see what it is that is triggering you. And then take a step back and look at the situation and say, why is this triggering me? And what does this mean about something that I've gone through? Maybe it doesn't really mean anything anymore. You've always told a certain story to yourself as you were growing up. Whatever happened to you in your life in the past, it became a storyline. And so anytime something happens, that will trigger that storyline to come alive. And you have to realize it's just a story you're telling yourself. So take a step back, really look at the situation as if it is not your own, and try to get outside of that emotional response, and you'll see the real reason of things, and it'll really help you in the long run move to that next level. It's sort of like the key that you have to move you forward in this lifetime. So pretty broad message that came through for you, Pisces, but I think it may be a message that someone needs to hear. Again, this is a general reading. It's not going to apply to everyone, but look at this week as taking that bigger step and stepping outside of the situation. So wonderful. All right, everyone, another great week, and I, of course, am looking forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye.